Hi everyone, it's Simon here with a review of Biped. Biped is a co-op focused puzzle platformer game that can also be played in single player. It's available for PS4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One and PC, and it's the PC version for once that you're seeing on your screens. Biped is going to divide you by its control scheme, and I'll get the elephant out of the room right away. This control scheme takes a good 20 minutes to get used to, and you'll hate the game for that first 20 minutes, and then it will click and you'll be like, nah, and it will all suddenly make sense, and you will be whipping through the rest of Biped with plenty of good fun, with puzzles, platforming skills, dying every couple of minutes, but having a good fun time whilst doing so. But you need to get over that initial hurdle first. You play as a robot, and it always these robots remind me of, and I'm going to show my age, there's a film in the 90s, maybe late 80s, called Batteries Not Included, where you've got these little flying cylinders, or cylindrical discs that would like fly around, and they was like, and they was all cute. If you stuck two legs with suckers on, that's essentially the robot that you control in this game. But you control each of its legs with each analog stick. And it reminds me of some of the games where, and Kuri Mix springs to mind, where you've got to control two characters independent of itself. This requires the same type of brain mindset for you. So the left stick controls your left leg, the right stick controls your right leg, but because you're moving forward and backwards and left and right, obviously you need to kind of orientate your head so that you're moving the right leg at the right time. Otherwise you'll slip off platforms and die when it asks for precision. These legs also have suckers as well, so like quite often you'll be moving switches on the wall, so you'll have one leg still and then you'll like rotate the other one around to like pull a wheel or flick a switch to show a different symbol so that you can open a door, that kind of stuff. But also for just generally walking, you'll be moving the analog sticks up and down, almost like you're on one of those like gym walkers, and you're pulling the levers back and forth and you're like, pump that on. It makes so much sense after 20 minutes, but just don't expect it to work properly for the first bit. Once you get over that hurdle though, this game is an absolute joy and blast to play. The puzzles in the game itself quite often revolve around balancing and timing. So early on you'll start to get examples of this where you'll have a balance beam square platform that's held up in the centre by like just a pillar. And so if you wander out and wander too fast across it against your AI or co-op component or collaborator, you'll basically just tip the thing upside down and you'll just slide off and die. Thankfully the respawn points are really generous in this game, so you don't have to do much more. But it's that kind of delicate platforming puzzle where you need to work together that Biped does so well. It shows quite a lot of its cards early on, and then it doesn't necessarily evolve too far from that either. So don't expect this to be a hardcore puzzle platformer. This is something that definitely kids would enjoy, it's particularly because it's got a really malleable graphic design to it. And it sounds like a really weird thing to say about a game, but it's really tactile and responsive, both graphically and audibly. So, like for example, when you grind on a rail to like go up to the next platform in the level, it lights up, there's nice noise to be heard, the little robot's like going, it's cute and it responds back to the feedback of what you give it. And I think that's why this game will do very well with the kids audience, whilst still being tricky enough to give them a challenge. And by kids, I'm talking like 7 and above, probably, because you're going to need some precision and some patience. But it's not in a kid-like friendly, and you can have that like crazy co-op carnage mode that you can get with some other great games like your Overcooked and that kind of stuff. Very, very broad recommendations there, but it kind of fits in the gap there between those two type of genres of having a platformer that you can work on together, but a little bit of that carnage of physics-based disaster. The game itself is relatively short as well. That's really the only downside that I have to Biped, is that it's short, and it plays a lot of its cards quite early on in the game, which might be why it's short. This feels very much like Not an extended proof of concept, because that would be unfair to Biped, because it's really enjoyable and it's a fully polished game and I had a whale of a time playing it. But the game is... It feels like it's testing the water for lots and lots of things that it could then grow on, potentially in a sequel. And I ideally love to see a sequel to this game. And if they were able to add 3 and 4 player levels into that, I think it would be utter carnage and it would end up being a party mainstay. But with the 1 to 2 player modes in this, you've still got plenty to kind of get on with and enjoy. I think, apart from it being short, the only other downside that I'd have to say about it is that the difference between the single player levels and the co-op levels isn't as design focused as maybe I'd like it to be. Some of the single player mode stuff carries over a lot of the game mechanics that are from co-op, and it gives you an AI counterpart that almost works like a rhythm game. So as they move across one side of the balance beam, you need to move with it, and it will be like 3, 2, 1, move, 3, 2, 1, move. And that was quite cool, and that was actually a really ingenious way of getting around having a co-op game that you could play in single player, and I really appreciated that. But then I didn't see complete mind trickery in the co-op stuff that really utilised all of the things and the skills that you have, and that felt like it was really designed for co-op experiences. That being said though, thoroughly enjoyed my time with Biped. Just make sure that you get used to that control scheme first. I've seen that there's demos out for it, so maybe give yourself 10 or 15 minutes with the demo before going for the purchase. But yeah, thumbs up, really enjoyed this game. There's a written review that will come out on this over on higherplayinggames.com at a later point. I'm currently a key worker in the UK, which means that I am working around the clock and just popping up videos in the meantime. But yeah, if you've got any questions about the game, please drop them down below. And happy gaming! Toodles! Higher Plane Games is part of the Higher Plane Network, a collection of media projects ran by me. If you like what you see and want to find out more, visit patreon.com/Higher Plane Network. Your support can make so much more possible, be that a like, a comment, a share, or a pledge. Thanks for watching.